Hello, and thank you for joining today's webinar. We will hear from two speakers today, Renata, the Latin America Specialist from Cox Kings, the Americas, and Cecilia, the U.S. Market Specialist from PromPeru. If time allows, we will answer some questions following the presentation. To start us off is Cecilia.
Thank you. Well, hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, See Peru with Cox Kings. So let's start. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, my name is Cecilia, and I work for PromPeru, the Tourism Board of Peru. And today I want to give you some key information of my country, some general facts that you must know if you want to sell the destination. Well, first, Peru is located in the west central of South America. It's extremely diverse since we have three important regions that defines our ecosystem and the 84 world life zones that we have. We have three regions: the coast with different deserts and beaches, the highlands with the Andean mountain range, and the Amazon rainforest, which is the country's largest nature reserves with a tropical weather. Some important facts about Peru. Well, Lima is the capital. It has a population of approximately 11 million inhabitants and is the gateway to other regions in Peru. Our official language is Spanish. However, we still maintain two languages of the Incas, the Quechua and the Aymara. And also, the English is spoken in all the main tourist areas of the country. Then, weather in Peru varies from each region. For example, is tropical in the jungle, is mild and arid in the coast, and is frigid and cold in the highlands. Then our summer runs from December to March and winter from June to September. And our highest season goes from May to October. That corresponds to the dry season in the highlands and in the jungle. Also, it is very important to remark our proximity with the North American market, since we have 9 non-stop flights from the main U.S. gateways. The shortest flight, which is Miami, can take like 5 hours. And American Airlines, United, Delta, LATAM, and Avianca are some of the companies that operate these flights. Also, Canada has 2 non-stop flights from Montreal and from Toronto. Then, Peru has several advantages for a great trip. First of all, our connectivity, as I mentioned before. We have 9 non-stop flights from the most important gateways in the U.S. And also, flights are very, very short. That means that there is no jet lag. And it is very recommendable if your client travels with kids. Our time zone goes or is located in the central time in summer and in the Eastern time, standard time in winter. Then you don't need any visa. You only need a valid passport for North American citizens. And our currency is the Nuevo Sol, and $1 is equal to 3.3 soles. Then most major credit cards are accepted, like Visa, MasterCard, American Express. But also, we recommend you to bring some cash for any shopping at the local markets. Then, due to our geography, we are a perfect combination of culture, nature, and adventure. And in every corner of Peru, you will always find a story to listen due to our living cultures that we preserve, a local gastronomy to taste, and a vast nature to contemplate. Peru has 14 cultural sites and expressions included in the UNESCO's World Heritage List, spread around the country, so you will not get bored in this country full of richness. As you can see, we are more than Machu Picchu. And of course, you can explore unique experiences. Then, the altitude in Peru depends on the region. The most important highlights located in the highlands are located between 6,000 to 12,000 feet above sea level, as you can see in this chart. The highest highlight is Puno, where Lake Titicaca is located. And to acclimate, and to avoid any inconvenience, the high altitude sickness, we recommend visiting first the lower areas and leaving the highest areas like Cusco City, Colca Canyon, or Puno at the end of the trip. And as you can see also in this chart, Machu Picchu is located in a lower area, lower than Cusco City and Secret Valley. And actually, Machu Picchu is located in the cloud forest. It's not located in the highlands. It's located in the cloud forest, which is the beginning of the rainforest. So now let's talk about some tourist destinations very popular in the country, like for example, Lima. Lima, which is Peru's capital, is an historic, modern, entertaining, and gourmet city. And for many years, Lima has been a sort of a stepping stone in the itinerary of passengers going to Cusco and Machu Picchu. But nowadays, you will be surprised by the different urban offers that this city has. For example, museums, gourmet experiences, bars, restaurants, entertaining, festivals, and more. The downtown of Lima retains some of the viceregal legacy from Spaniards. As you can see, for example, in the old casonas and churches, you can also find vestiges of pre-Inca architecture in modern suburbs, like for example, Huacapuyana, which is located in Miraflores district, and it's a truncated pyramid made of clay, and nowadays one of the esplanades of the monument is occupied by the terrace of a gourmet restaurant that you can have a nice view of the pyramid. Also, Lima is the capital of gastronomy in South America, offering different culinary experiences like cooking classes and having the opportunity to taste the Peruvian flavors. Also, remember that Lima is the gateway to other regions of Peru, and the flight can take approximately 1 hour to 1 hour and 30 minutes approx. Then we have Arequipa. Arequipa located at 7,600 feet above sea level, and is the second largest city of Peru. Located in the southern area, and is like 1 hour from Lima by air. And this city preserves its colonial churches and mansions, or old casonas, built in sillar. Sillar is a kind of white volcanic stone, and that's why Arequipa is named as the White City. And also this city is part of the UNESCO's World Heritage List. And one of the most renowned places in Arequipa is Santa Catalina Monastery, as you can see in the picture. Well, Arequipa is not only a beautiful city, but also it has beautiful scenarios, beautiful landscape, like for example, the Valley of the Volcanoes, or the Colca and Cotahuasi canyons, one of the deepest canyons in the world. Actually, Colca is one of the most iconic places for adventure in Peru, since it has it all. It's one of the deepest canyons of the world, and it's perfect for trekking and rafting. It's the best place to watch the flight of the condor. It has thermal water, so you can also ride a Peruvian paso horseback, or if you want, you can hike, among the stunning canyon walls. So in the same valley, there are also beautiful, beautiful accommodations, beautiful properties, perfect to relax and to pamper yourself after a long and exhausting journey. Then we have Puno, located in the southern area, 1 hour and 30 minutes from Lima, or 30 minutes from Arequipa. It is the capital of folklore due to their famous celebrations, festivals, music, and dancers. Now that we have, besides, the lake Titicaca that is very well known, highlighting Puno, we also have Sillustani, as you can see in the picture, located 20 minutes from Lake Titicaca, and is part of our Inca treasures. And this site lies on the shores of Lake Umayo. Now that we have talked about these highlights in the south area of Peru, now let's talk about some new products that we are promoting like 2 or 3 years ago. Like, for example, Amazonas. That is not the same as the Amazon rainforest. I mean Amazonas, the region located in the northeast of Peru, and is located between the highlands and the rainforest, actually in the cloud forest region of Peru. That means that it's not so high like the highlands, it's lower than it, and the weather is very mild. You can get there with daily flights with LATAM Airlines from Lima to Jaén in the region of Cajamarca. And in Jaén, which is coffee and cacao country, you can do coffee and chocolate tastings with the different cooperatives before you transfer by car to the city of Chachapoyas, which is the capital of Amazonas region. And the best time to visit is from April to October, that corresponds to the dry season. The Amazonas region is also an area of orchids, of spectacle birds, and hundreds of bird species, but also is the site of the imposing Kualap, which is a pre-Inca citadel built by the Chachapoyas culture on top of a mountain. And now it's very easy to get there via a modern cable car system that shortens the time to access to this pre-Inca archaeological site from 2 hours to 20 minutes. And the site receives approximately like 20,000 international tourists by year, which means that your clients will almost have the whole monument for themselves. Also, another unique experience in this area is a 6-hour trek round trip from Cocachimba to Gocta Falls. Is located in the middle of a large forest and one of the highest waterfalls in the world. Other attractions in the area are the Carajilla sarcophagi and Leimebamba Museum that houses like 200 mummies from the Chachapoya culture. Well, the region is just opening to the international tourism. It is very accessible to families and well suited for soft adventure, offering a balance of outdoor activity and cultural immersion. Also, accommodations take the forms of farms or manor houses converted in hotels and bed and breakfasts. And well, Amazonas is a paradise for anyone in search of adventure. So, well, I hope this information will help you. And finally, I would like to give you some information about our Peru agent. You can check our Peru agent site at peruagent.com, where you will find the latest news and developments of. And for those who finish the course, you will get the chance to win a $250 gift card. And also our Peru Points program that will reward your Peru sales with either a bonus every month. So also in the same link, you can download the Peru Sales Companion, which is a platform that showcases all the information that an advisor needs to sell a destination. For example, from useful content, interesting advisor tips, videos, brochures, maps, all in your hands, available for smartphones and tablets. So, well, thank you very much for your time. And if you need any information about Peru, do not hesitate to contact us at any time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cecilia. Now we'll hear from Renata.
Hi, everyone. My name is Renata. I am from Latin America, and I'm the destination specialist here at Cox Kings Americas. Can you see my screen? Here? Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So thank you, Cecilia, for all the very helpful information. Let me start telling you a little bit about Cox Kings. Here's my contact information. So Cox Kings was established in 1758. We have over 260 years. We were the first one to lead the Mount Everest expedition in 1922. We also organized Genji's first trip to Europe. Today, we combine our legacy with innovation and global reach to deliver unforgettable experiences. So here in LA, we have our U.S. team of destination specialists, and we offer over 100 destinations. We do a full line of luxury products, FAT, five-star luxury hotels. Every day it's customized, all the tours are customized, all private service. We also have our luxury small group collection. It's unique experiences, small groups, and also five-star level. So all of our team, like I said, we customized all the trips to have access to network in any country we offer, and 24/7 customer care. Here is some of our destination specialists. We have Simas, and you guys probably know some of them, Michelle, Vinny, Shadi, and myself. Just as a reminder, we do have an agent incentive of $100 gift card and the chance to win a trip to Peru. So all the agents, they are going to get a $100 gift card if you book all the way from August 1st to November 15th. The trip needs to be at least 4 nights minimum, and a price of an 8-day trip with a guest, 7 nights in Peru, including Vista Dome, accommodation, private tours, and the tickets from Lima to Cusco. So let's talk a little bit about Peru. I've traveled many times to Peru, and I think it's a great destination for all kinds of travelers, from families to couples, friends. The country, like Cecilia was saying, has a lot to offer, from culture, history, to a lot of outdoor activities, and the culinary is amazing. I'm going to start with it's pretty much our, I would say, bestseller itinerary. It's called Essential Peru. Definitely a first-timer traveler. That's the one that I always offer. So it's an 8 days and 7 nights itinerary. Excuse me. We start in Lima with 2 nights. Again, like Cecilia was saying, Lima was not requested years ago, but now all the travelers, they want to stay there. The scene, has a lot. The city has a lot to offer. Many good hotels are there, and also I think a half-day city tour. It's perfect to start your trip to Peru. We do have a half-day where we include highlights of the city. We also include the Larco Museum, which is a privately owned museum of Colombian art. So the museum showcases chronological galleries that provide over 500 years of Peruvian history. So to see and learn all this before you actually go to Machu Picchu, I think it makes all the difference in your overall experience. So we do a 2 nights there. Sorry, we are in summer LA, so has a sip of water. So we do a 2 nights there, half-day city tour. Sometimes we do restaurant reservations. Very common to try one of the best restaurants in the world. There is so many there. Then we go over to Sacred Valley for 2 nights. Now, a lot of people, when they don't know if they're selling for the first time or they're traveling for the first time, they ask me why 2 nights in Sacred Valley. They want to go to Machu Picchu and see, and don't waste time. That's what they think. But again, one of the reasons is because of the altitude. So let's just remember that. let's just remember that Cusco is over 1,100 feet above sea level. Sacred Valley, it's 8,500 feet above sea level. So it's great going there because it's not as high as Cusco. So you pretty much land in Cusco, and then we have a private transfer that takes you to Sacred Valley, of course, stopping on the way in, all the local markets and, the highlights of Sacred Valley. So to avoid altitude sickness and also to explore a bit more the culture and the outdoor activities, I stopped in Sacred Valley. It's perfect. There is a lot of ruins and, again, amazing cuisine and private classes and a lot to offer, actually. A lot of families, they like to stop there. So it's definitely a great stop. After 2 nights there, we take the train to Machu Picchu. We have an option of Vista Dome, which has 7 to, I believe, 6, 7 trains going to Machu Picchu daily. Once you get there, we have our local guide. And again, just as a reminder, everything is private, your transfers, your tours, and we always offer local guides. So it's not one guide, it's a local guide that pretty much was born on the spot and knows everything. So once you get there, you have your Machu Picchu guide. You do an afternoon tour. On the second day, you can either do a morning visit, a second visit, or there is a couple of hikes that a lot of travelers, they want to do. They want to experience the hike in Machu Picchu. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the 2 hikes later, but you do have options and you do have things to do on the next morning. Now, on the way back to Cusco, which is on the second day in Machu Picchu, you spend 1 night there. You can also do 2 nights. But if you spend 1 night, on the second day you go back to Cusco. Then I recommend to take the Harambing Hun because it's an amazing experience and once in a life dining experience as well. Once you are in Cusco, again, I recommend 2 nights. Let's just remember you're going to get there late. So the first night is just, the first day is straight to the hotel. You have 1 full day and 1 more night to leave early to Lima. We do offer a half-day city tour. That's what I recommend. It's a half-day city tour, including all the highlights of Cusco and some local markets and ruins nearby. Now, there is another itinerary that a lot of people, they ask for. It's definitely a different, I would say, type of traveler. And this itinerary called Falcon High Track. It's the hiking to Inca Trail. So it's a lodge-to-lodge itinerary, 7 days and 6 nights. Usually it's a 14 people in each departure, so it's pretty much a small group. We can do private. We need a minimum of 2 people. This one starts in Cusco, so we can definitely do the pre-night in Lima as well, but the tour itself, the group is going to meet up in Cusco, but pre and post we can do anything. The hike, the first night you spend in Cusco, and then the next day you do again a half-day tour and just kind of get to know the group and to meet everyone. The second day you start the hike. So just to give you an overall idea, the first day of hike is a 3 hours hike. The second day is 4 hours, and then 6 hours, 4 hours again, and 5 hours. So it's a 5 days. Day number 3 would be the most challenged one. And then the last day you do a 5 hours, and then you finally arrive in Machu Picchu. It's lodge to lodge, all inclusive, all the meals. So it's a local, a small local lodge. Like, remember, you're gonna be walking in the middle of the mountain, between mountains and, along the Urubamba River. Once you arrive in Machu Picchu, there is a tour, and then you are welcome to stay a couple of nights in Aguascalientes and take the train back, which is Vista Dome, to Cusco. There's other two options. Sometimes people, they say, oh, I really want to hike Inca Trail, but I can't do 5 days, say 6 days walking, it's too much. There's two other options, which is 4 days, 3 nights with a 2 days hike. And also there is another option, which is 3 nights and 2 days. It's 1 day hike. So I say that this one a lot of people like, because they can actually say that they hike Inca Trail and they got to Machu Picchu doing the hike. The way it works, we do, again, the whole pre-package, the whole pre-hotels and service, and then they take the train and they get out before Aguascalientes. So there's 2 stops where they can get out and start the Inca Trail in the middle, or let's say almost there. We do need to purchase the permits way in advance. It's not easy to confirm, especially in high season. So they start to sell a year before. Let's just keep in mind that we do need permits to do all these hikes. Okay, so just very quick here, 2 other hikes that they can do. In Machu Picchu, it's a morning hike, Huayna Picchu hike, and Machu Picchu mountain. If your clients want not only to visit Machu Picchu, but do a little 2-3 hours hike, we do have this hike to offer. So these hikes includes also guides. We do need to purchase the tickets in advance as well. And I guess that's pretty much how you can explore Machu Picchu, how you can get there, and how you can explore. There is options, and now I'm going to just move to a little bit of experiences you can do in Sacred Valley. Again, before was very common, clients just went to go straight to Machu Picchu. Now they see that it's actually a 7, 8, 9, 10 days trip. So there's a lot to do in Sacred Valley: horseback riding, bird watch, rafting, canoeing, cooking class. You can visit a local community. You can visit local markets. Also in Lima and Cusco they have. You can dine with a celebrity chef. So, depending on the occasion, we can add all this kind of experience. And again, the Harambin dining experience is definitely a highlight on the way back from Machu Picchu. Now, if your clients, let's say they have, 10 days, 12, or even 14 days, we do have options to do an extension, like Cecilia was saying, Arequipa or the Amazon. I recommend 4 nights there. You can do Amazon cruise, which is 3 nights or 4 nights, or you can combine both and do a 7 nights, or you can stay in one of the lodges. The lodges in the Amazon, they are all inclusive, all the tours, great guides, also great meals. So usually families, they tend to choose a lodge because I guess they don't want to be stuck with their kids on a cruise 4 days, 7 days. So another option would be Lake Titicaca, like also Cecilia was saying. I recommend 3 nights. You can either fly to Puno if you are in Cusco finishing your Machu Picchu experience. They can either fly from Cusco to Puno, or they can take the Peru Rail Titicaca train. It leaves at 7 a.m. and gets there at 5:30. It's a whole day. However, it's a great experience. I have clients that went with a family, and they definitely love it. all the changing on the landscaping and the service. So that's also a great option. The highlight, of course, is the landscaping in Titicaca, the lake and the culture, the way they live. However, a lot of people, they go because of Titicaca Lodge. It's an amazing lodge. I definitely recommend you guys to check their website and just ask me more details and rates. And also Nazca Line, sometimes if they have, let's say, 2 days or 1.5 days in Lima before their flight, we can have them going from Lima to Paracas. It's about 5-6 hours transfer, and then you fly over the Nazca Line only one night and come back on the next day to Lima. So I hope you guys liked. I know I started a little bit bumping, and time went fast. So I hope you guys like. If you have any questions, please send us an email or give me a call. I'll be here waiting for you. And you all have a good day. Now Blair's gonna come back to us.
Thank you, Renata and Cecilia. We're gonna answer just a couple quick questions here. Cecilia, what are the best times of year to visit Peru?
It depends, but I think that the best time maybe could be for the dry season that goes from May to October. You know, this is our higher season or our high season, but also it depends. You know, a lot of people goes from during the rainy season to the jungle, and it is not a problem. But if you want to visit, for example, I think if you want to visit Machu Picchu, I recommend visit it during the dry season.
Thank you. And Renata, are there a few different hotels in Peru that really stand out to you that you would recommend for clients?
Yeah. Peru has a lot of options, great 5-star and 4 stars, great service. You know, the Belmont collection is definitely a collection of hotels, a group of hotels that I recommend. Some clients, they ask for and they do want to stay at the Miraflores in Lima, and at the Belmont in Urubamba, the Rio Sagrado, also in Machu Picchu and Cusco. And another collection of hotels that I like a lot is Inca Terra. They do offer a lot of activities. So for families, I think it's a great option. Sometimes, you know, families, they don't want to travel too fast. They want 2-3 nights on the same hotel. However, they can't, or they just don't want to spend with, you know, private tours every day with like 2-3 kids. So in Inca Terra, they do offer a lot of activities included on their rates. Those are the 2 that I would definitely recommend.
Thanks. And I know you had mentioned, Renata, that getting the hiking permits can be difficult. Is there a time frame that you would recommend that people start, like maybe 6 months or 9 months out, in order to make sure that they get those?
Yeah. I would say 9 months is perfect. 6 months also it's great. And I think the key here is flexibility. If they say, you know, I'm flexible, I have this 15 days time frame, this 20 days time frame, then we can definitely find permits, I want to say 3-4 months before their trip.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for joining today. That will wrap up our program. Thank you.
Thank you very much.